Hi, my name is Drennan. I'm a QS2 student in LIT, and as part of John O'Brien's lecture Building Services, I was asked to complete a PowerPoint in which included the cost and analysis of power and electrics and ventilation systems within a house. So as a group, we worked together and we did our separate parts. My part included power and ventilation, as I already said. So part one of our task was to complete a drawing and include all components necessary for our sections. So in my sections, power and ventilation, I had to include all the sockets, the distribution board, the fuse spur, the circuit board, the boiler, and the extraction fan over the cooker. Also in the cloakroom, I had to include a duct for the power and for the ventilation system to bring air upstairs and bring the bad air upstairs as well, and the good air maybe downstairs to distribute around the house. The blue marks the good air and the pink marks the bad air. Upstairs in the house, I have included all the switches again, the sockets. So every socket in the house is a two-phase socket. I've also included in the hot press a power source from the pump to the cylinder. I've also included a control unit for the solar panels. The main part of upstairs is the heat recovery and ventilation unit. This is actually based in the attic, but I had to draw it on the drawings just to make sure you could see it. And also the blue air marks the good air and the pink marks the bad air. Part 2 and part 3 of our project included getting all components together and getting the amount you needed and the price of them. And then part 4 was to get the labour rate, or part 5 was to get the labour rate. So altogether, I came to the conclusion of, for the items you need to wire the house, it came to €3,063.18. So I worked alongside Derek Cummins Electrical, and I got some of the cost rates from Screwfix Ireland and RS Components. I found them to be a very average price, and I feel as though it's very realistic, my pricing. Also, my labour rates came to €1,350, and that was for 50 sockets. So then my extra cost was my €105.84 and my €157.12. So they were for the 10 amp RCBOs and the 20 amp RCBOs as well. These that was the extra cost of them to install them, and it's included then throughout the cost. So that came to €1,612.96. So altogether to wire the house, it came to €4,676.14. I also had to include the pricing of the ventilation system. So I separated it up into the bad air and the good air. So the bad air and then the good air. So I got my pricing out of ATC Catalogues issue 6, and I also, for my labour rate, I emailed aei.ie and sent them a picture of the drawings, and they got back to me with a quote for the labour rate of €1,850, and it should be completed within 10 to 12 working days. The cost of the products for the kit cost €3,277.65. So altogether, the cost came to €5,126.65. So there we can see the total cost of each of our Section A, Section B, Section C and Section D. So our electrics came to €4,676.48, and my ventilation came to €5,127.65. So there I've mentioned part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 5 So part 4, I'm going to go to here, and part 4 is the description of how it's installed. So I have 14 points here and a YouTube link to show you how to install a heat recovery and ventilation system. Basically, a heat recovery and ventilation system is to bring in the good air into the house and extract the bad air out of the house. It's, as I said earlier, it's installed within 10 to 12 working days in any, well, that's a huge house, but within like a normal house it would be done within 4 to 5 working days. So there's the description, just getting my ducts in, the pipe in, chasing the walls if the holes need to be made, the straps are used to secure the components to the ceilings or the walls. And then for the electrics, I described from the chasing of the wall for 50 sockets, and then the installation. And one thing that struck me and that I actually didn't realise until I did this project was how, you see in part 8, after this process is completed and full content, the electrical cert is sent to Recce/Safe Electric Ireland. So all sockets within this house had to be tested, and then a report had to be made up, and it was sent to Recce or Safe Electric Ireland. I think this is very beneficial to ensure no badness can happen within the house, and also that all regulations are met and a content person is wiring the house. Also, the ESB have a huge part to play within the network distribution, and they actually allow the sockets to become live within the house once the check is completed, and it's stated there throughout part 4. That's it. Thanks a million for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.